On this episode of Toolbox Nightmares, Aaron has thrown all his tools on the floor because he's mad at his toolbox.
Ugh. I can't find anything in here.
The cleaner and Aaron learned that tools are worthless if you can't find the one you need.
Where is my favorite 9/16?
Up next on Toolbox Nightmares, the LAOL toolbox disaster.
Know everything on this tractor is 9/16 and 3/4. You think it'd be here because that's about all we use on these tractors.
This is pretty sad, actually.
It's very sad. It's terrible.
You know, if we were real mechanics, we would move the toolbox over where we were working. But Dad goes home, he's got like a little step counter on his phone, and he goes home and he calls and he says, I had 10,000 steps today. That's just looking for tools.
Yes, half of it is.
All kidding aside, folks, we have a mess in these toolboxes.
I've already started working on this one. I got Grandpa's over here. We're going to kind of consolidate between mine and Grandpa's all the common tools that we use. And we're going to put any extra duplicates in the short toolbox so we can put it over by the lathe, because that way we don't have to run from one end of the shop to the other just to get a simple wrench.
What a beautiful Colorado day. Look at those mountains out there. It's gorgeous. It's clear. It's calm. The sun's out. It's chilly, but it's not terrible. Tomorrow, it's supposed to snow. It's Colorado. We definitely want to get our shop cleaned up because we're going to be stuck in here working on stuff for the next couple of days while it snows outside. So, today's the day. We got the container. I got organizers for the toolbox. Let's clean up this mess. I've already started on the toolboxes. Now, I should have done a before and after, but I still got, I'm probably about 15% done. Here's what I've got so far. Remember that overflowing screwdriver drawer on the toolbox tour? Look at that. Beautiful, right? So that's about as far as I got. So you guys will be with us for the rest of this. And I think I got some creative solutions to fix that mess. I gotta get Skitty out. No, we're not gonna move Whiskers, but yeah, that's a spoiler, so I'm not gonna show it. We've been working on Whiskers. Still waiting for the heads. We ordered 4 shelves, and these are supposedly, allegedly, a 4,000-pound capacity. I think we got them from Sam's Club. I don't quite remember. I kind of apologize to the FedEx delivery driver for the weight of these things. But let's take these over in the storage container and get them together.
Mr. Sprocket, how are you?
Skitty's warming up, and yeah, this is members only. I already spoiled it. But we did get a 40-foot shipping container to put parts in. It is very necessary because our shop is getting way too full with way too much stuff that doesn't really need to be stored long-term in there.
Welcome to NYK Logistics, a mega carrier.
Wow.
We got storage. Storage, my boy. I don't know what it is about the smell in this thing. It smells like a new retail store or something. It smells like new stuff. I like it. But let's make it smell like old greasy stuff.
Funeral expenses, huh? No, I'm good. I plan on living forever. Thanks, though. Thanks, though.
I don't know. I gotta keep reminding myself, not everything is built like a 1930s Caterpillar.
They're 3'4" this way.
Okay.
And I think they're 4 foot lengthwise. Yeah.
For a pallet.
Yeah.
Okay.
So lengthwise they are 4 feet, but you could put them in this way.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We just measured the pallets, And we can set them in this way along the wall on this side at 3'4" and have the shelves over there. That'll give us space to walk in between them, and we can get a pallet jack in here to move the pallets out. I think that's probably the best choice, don't you?
Yeah.
They're about 4 feet wide, 6 feet tall, and 2 feet deep, and they come out to, where are you?
16 right here.
That'd be fine.
The inside height of this is 8'10". So we were just talking that we could probably fit our Farmall H in here if we wanted to also, but look at those cheap shelves, they're all up.
So we still have 24 feet from the end of that shelf to the end of the container over here, which is plenty of room to get a couple of tractors in here. But look at the room we got for parts now. That flywheel behind the Bronco.
Yes.
A bunch of stuff around Wheezy. So we're sorting stuff that we're going to take over in the container and start filling that thing up.
I was just looking at this pony motor off of Redemption, the RD4, the 1937, and I see something very interesting.
Look at the gasket somebody made out of cardboard or newspaper. Looks like cardboard box.
Yeah. It's like an old Tide box or something.
Wow, that's kind of cool. Huh.
Before we start filling this thing up, I need to build the approach with the skid steer. So that's super handy. I was thinking we need the pallet jack in here, but heck, I can just drive the skid steer in here. Dad and I have spent a lot of time in a discussion this morning about how we're gonna organize things in here. And what came to my mind first is to organize it just like a Caterpillar parts book, front to back. If you ever look in a Caterpillar parts book, it starts in the very front of the machine and goes to the back, top to bottom. Now I do have some miscellaneous stuff here, a bunch of carburetors for 22s and 10s and 2 tons. So I'll probably put the miscellaneous on a shelf, maybe, I don't know, in the back. I guess I'll just start putting them on shelves.
Oh boy. We're finding the cheap plastic shelves scratched, so we kept some of the boxes they came in to line the shelves with. We don't have enough to do everything, but we could put it on the heavier stuff. This is quite a bit of work. We're really burning through the day. Miscellaneous, D315 parts, Cat 22 parts, fuel towers, fuel pumps, engine D4400 parts, intakes, exhaust, pony motor, cooling system, engine. We're going to put push rods up here. There's rockers, intakes, water pump, some body panels, but this is where we're going to put what's coming in here next.
Dad just brought the engine from the real McCoy and the engine from Lefty, the original 4G 9986 block. We're going to get the pallet jack in here and we're going to kind of squeeze it into the corner over there. I wanted this engine facing this direction because I suspect we're going to need to get in that fuel pump sooner rather than later for parts.
I should also say the head right there, that's the one off of Hannah, Montana that's cracked between the valves. That's the only one we kept that's marginally fixable, but it's going to be iffy if we do decide to fix it. That'll do.
It's definitely heavy.
Yeah. That gives us enough room to walk over there.
Yeah, I think so.
I've kept the bottom shelves open on purpose for rollers and other heavy items.
This is a downfall of having the parts this far from the shop. A lot of walking. I need to walk anyway. That made a huge dent. The engine blocks, the sprockets. I've got this box of brand new old stock piston rings. That's gonna go on the shelf and stay inside here. It's 58 degrees here, and this is early February, Colorado. Next week is supposed to be nasty. That's why we wanted to get this done, so that we could work inside the shop and have a little room to work inside the shop. All this stuff is for head case. So this is gonna go in the container, but it's gonna be where we can grab it with the skid steer. One way or another, we're gonna see if the H will fit in here, and that'll give us a lot more room to work around in the shop. We have Lefty in there, and we have Whiskers still in there, and we're hoping to get those heads back next week, maybe the week after. We'll see. See how long those shadows are getting? That means it's getting close to quitting time. I love this Pepsi machine. This was something I got and worked on with my son, but part of me wants to sell it just to have the room in the shop. I don't drink Pepsi. I don't drink any pop. None. Coffee black, I'll drink. Sometimes a flavored coffee. I like the hazelnut. Oh, Mr. H. We can get you out of there.
That's far enough. That one works better.
I'm gonna work on these toolboxes, see if I can get those organized. Yeah, it's the next morning. The heater's on. Yeah, it was 60 plus degrees out here yesterday. Today it is about 20 degrees Fahrenheit, so very cold. That's why the heater's on. And we did get a dusting of snow, and this is the first part of the system that's coming through this week. It's actually going to get way colder and way snowier. Up here I got specialty tools, torque wrenches, D4, D6 track gauges, and micrometers, such. That's all okay. I kind of already reorganized that. We have definitely been making headway around the shop here, because remember I said our stove was broke? Well, we had the service guy come out and look at it. 25 plus years, we've never had a problem with it. I've always maintained it, plugged up jet, working like a charm. And Dad got his torch fixed. This is big news. So there was a guy at our local welding supply place here. Dad got to talking to. He says, oh yeah, we got a guy we send those off to. He rebuilds them, polishes them up. Good as new. Look at that. That's a beauty. Dad's super happy. Metrics done. Not bad. It's amazing how much room's in here when you don't have them. Look, and look at this. They all pretty much stay where they're supposed to, except this one. It had to make a fool out of me, these two, but yeah. Okay, SAE standard stuff. Let's get this one cleaned up too. That's much better. Big wrenches. This is the drawer I've been dreading. Ugh. Alright, let's do this. I mean, it's better than it was, but it's still a mess. I might leave that one alone. This one's not too bad. That one's good. Yeah, this one we can continue to work on. I still got a lot to do. I'm really happy you're hanging out in here, but I got a mess. Yeah, but you found a nice cozy spot, didn't you there, Throttle? Crystal?
Nice cozy spot. Oh, you're purring. Toolbox teardown day 2. No, this is like day 22 probably.
It's been nice all day. Nicer. It's deceivingly chilly outside, but the wind's coming up, and the kittens are in here all cozy with me. Look at them.
They're practically sleeping over there on that table full of junk.
I kind of like them. They're good company. They're very sweet. And they meow at me once in a while to let me know that to stay focused and busy. Okay, this toolbox thing has taken a lot of time, and I've got a gigantic mess here on the floor, up here on the bench, and I think I'm going to call this the Angry Toolbox. Not only because it's red, but because of what I'm going to put in here.
Tap and dies are going to go up at the top, and helicoils, easy outs, any of those kind of things. But down here, that's going to be our impacts, 1/2 inch and smaller, and impact tools, air impact.
I think you guys are picking up what I'm putting down. That's why we're going to call this the Angry Toolbox.
This sweet little boy is hanging out here with me all day. Okay, big tap and die set, Grandpa's old one. Metric stuff, tap and dies, metric helicoils, that's got it fixed. We got standard tap and dies, all the way up to some big stuff. We got helicoils, standard SAE. Then this is the super angry drawer. This is the thread chaser for the big stuff, the OTC tool, a rotary thread repair that our neighbors gave us, great thing. Left-handed drill bits, and easy outs, nut splitters, and pipe tap thread taps.
And yes, I really had to fight, not laughing when I said easy out.
I got a lot of specialty tools, and I've got some room here. Oh, metal stitch pins. I might move those, but I'm thinking I'll put piston tools, piston ring pliers, stuff like that in here. Hones. The ball hone might fit in there and all that. This is going to get cleaned out, and all the impact stuff is going to go down in this cabinet. Alright, 1/2 inch drive, impact, through some 3/4, the bigger 3/4 and 1 inch is somewhere else, and 3/8 impact stuff. Okay, should we go in, big guy? Have we had enough for today? I think you have. I know I have.
We're now going to join Aaron as he is taking on one-man struggle against a disorganized toolbox in a forgotten part of eastern Colorado. As always, Aaron is joined by his faithful companion, Throttle. The disorganization battle is waged on for decades, claiming the lives of thousands of innocent tools. Throttle is going to point out some of the finer points of the organizational. Here we have metal stitch panes, brake band riveting tools, and a little extra space. Below that, all of our piston rich grinder, gap tool, groove cleaner, piston stuff, hones, ball hones, all the important piston and engine building components. Throttle is reminding me to point out the 3/8 impact drawer and the accompanied 1/2 inch impact drawer, well organized and accessible by even the smallest of companions in the workshop. Impact air tools, other air tools right here next to it. And obviously, Aaron cleaned up the rest of the shop, including the workbench, but the camera just did not feel like recording that. Here we have all of the toolboxes complete, including the small toolbox right here on the left, where it's going to be back in the other corner of the shop, so we don't have to run back and forth for tools. And those toolboxes look great. I mean, here we're going to show it to you again, the same thing. Either way, they're all complete. Mr. Throttle is also happy, but look at this drawer here. Why do do we have? Oh, those are all homemade tools and expendable tools to make tools out of. And below that, we have extra tools and sockets in case we lose some. Don't forget about the hex keys. I don't know why, but they seem to grow inside of every toolbox. I want to thank you for joining us on this special members-only edition.
We'll bleed the system with the bleeder that's on the side of the cap. That's plastic.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
No wonder it's cracked.
It's Armalite.
Bakelite.
Bakelite. Bakelite. Yeah, Bakelite.
Armalite makes rifles, Bakelite makes plastic junk. Some would argue both are plastic junk.
Yeah.
Boomers would.